Hillary Clinton's failed campaign manager recently went on television to whine about President Donald Trump. Too bad for John Podesta, things would go horribly wrong as CBS's Nancy Cordes dropped a massive bombshell, and it was downright humiliating. The liberal left really is pathetic. For over a year now, they have been putting blame everywhere except for where it belongs, for the humiliating election loss of 2016. To this day, Hillary Clinton still finds excuses to explain why she lost the election and will not come to terms with the fact that Americans merely didn't want a selfish and corrupt criminal leading our country. Adds by of content. Of course, she is not the only one unwilling to accept responsibility, as just about everyone beneath her has also exhibited the same behavior. Take for instance John Podesta, Hillary's failed campaign manager. Just like Hillary, Podesta has been trying to find whatever else he can blame when it comes to losing the election that he was handed on a silver platter. Seeing how we've most recently heard news on the investigation into non-existent Russian collusion, HES once again decided to put himself in the public eye after Special Counsel Robert Mueller indicted 13 Russian nationals for so-called interference with the 2016 election. Mazda boosts handling, safety, comfort in 2018 CX-9 SUV JD Power Cars X-Ads by of content find out more greater than 66,960. However, the findings provide no evidence of any collusion between these Russians, or any other Russian officials, and the Trump campaign in the 2016 presidential race, according to Fox News. In other words, it was just 13 Russian internet trolls with no real position of great influence. Although this proved that the entire liberal narrative about collusion was false, that isn't stopping Democrats from using it as an excuse for their loss. However, this too is a lie. According to The Hill, the intelligence community has also determined that this little Russian interference that took place during the 2016 election had no actual bearing on the election results. Ads by of content. You have Amazon Prime. Now how to make it even better. Honey X Obama wants this video erased from the internet. Watch before that happens. Health tactics. X World War II discovery kept secret for over 70 years. This will make you furious. Natural health response. X. Of course, the left is assuring America otherwise. In fact, John Podesta did just that during a recent interview on CBS, but things would spectacularly blow up in his face. While trying to bash Russia and President Donald Trump, John Podesta was stopped dead in his tracks as host Nancy Cordes dropped a massive bombshell on live television. According to Breitbart. And, let's just say that the line of questioning had Podesta squirming. It does beg the question, Cordes asked. Well, of course, we spent a lot of time and energy and effort in all those states, Podesta alleged, but Cordes wasn't falling for it as she responded. Hillary Clinton herself did not spend much time in those states. We had Tim Kaine was there. Barack Obama was in, and she spent enormous time in Pennsylvania and Michigan, and increasingly uncomfortable Podesta responded, to which Cordes simply said, sure. And we spent a lot of effort. We had more staff in Wisconsin than even President Obama had in 2012. But I think that begs the question. I think we focused on the places we thought were in a contest, Podesta continued. Obviously floundering, and at the end of the day, we fell short in those states. And I think that this active measures effort by the Russians could have tilted the election in Donald Trump's favor, he claimed, referring to the measly 13 Russians who are being indicted for interference. But I think what the real issue is how HES reacted to it. And in that context, if this is information warfare, then I think HES the first draft dodger in the war. I mean, he has done nothing but tried to undermine the Robert Mueller investigation, Podesta rambled on, as the Daily Caller reports. He hasn't implemented the sanction that was passed by the Congress and that he signed in reaction to the activities in the 2016 election. We learned this week HES ordered no effort to try to get the intelligence community to get together to try to prevent further activities in the 2018 election, Podesta said, and if you find that difficult to read, it was even more difficult to watch. John Podesta may want you to believe that Hillary Clinton was screwed out of the election by the Russians, but that's just not the case. This woman took nearly every weekend off when it came to campaigning and simply trusted her lapdogs in the media when they told her that Donald Trump didn't stand a chance at beating her. Retirees in New York, don't miss this one change that increases your monthly income. Agora Financial Exats by Riv Content. Find out more. Greater than 46,296. Long story short, this was no one's fault except Hillary's and those advising her not to work as hard as she should have. You don't get to blame others when you fail to use common sense. If 13 Russian internet trolls knew enough to target battle states, then Hillary should have too. It's as simple as that. No more excuses.